Fuck it.
Welcome to the It's Because We're Band Kids podcast. I'm Gordon.
And I'm Adam. And holy shit, it's been a long fucking time.
I mean, we weren't even gonna do this anymore at all until our Facebook page kind of blew up. So
Yeah. Currently looking at it, as of recording this, we have 314 likes.
which I don't understand, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I don't either, but thank you.
So this is because of you, listeners.
Yeah, everyone
fans,
who
people.
currently
Actually,
liked
I
our
didn't-
page.
I didn't check our email either. We
Nah.
I wonder if there's anything at all.
I doubt it. I really highly doubt it.
I don't know, but I feel like I wonder if they actually listen to the podcast or if they think it's like a page on Facebook.
I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. But I also looked on the YouTube page, and we have
We
let's
have
see
like
if I can
a couple
find it.
hundred.
We have
views for
wow,
each.
we have 8 subscribers, and we have 300 views.
Total.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
it's not that bad, especially
See,
because
but
we only
I
put
don't
out 3
understand-
episodes.
I don't understand why that is because we literally did nothing.
Nothing. I
for
mean,
this. It's not even on iTunes.
no, and
I wish it could be, but I can't figure that crap out.
no, it's not us. It's that we have to go through a third party to get onto iTunes. So something like a record label, which we're not on.
What? That's retarded. Like,
I know.
most of the people on there don't have any kind of anything.
Yeah. Well, it's just a big system, and to get into it is really
Or
difficult.
maybe they just don't want 2 shitty people with a shitty podcast.
You know, I wouldn't blame them. Taking up their space with hour-and-a-half long podcasts.
Anywho, so it's been about 2 years since we've done this, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously Ben's
been-
not here.
Yeah, it's been almost years. Yeah, we go to different schools as Ben. Ben currently goes to Stetson, and Gordon and I are at UCF.
Oh yeah, we're in college now. By the
Oh,
way.
yeah. Hey, that's a thing.
Last time you heard our voices, we were juniors in high school.
And they were a lot higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say my voice is probably a lot lower sounding now.
Yeah, yeah. But you still sound like you.
Thank you.
That will never change.
You enjoy the timbre of my voice.
Oh, God. I fall asleep listening to it.
Yeah, you do. Imagine me as a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm a music education major at UCF, and Adam.
I am jazz studies, currently in the process of switching to saxophone performance. It's basically the same thing. It's just a jazz performance degree or a classical performance degree.
What he's trying to say is that he never wants to work ever or make any money.
I actually want to be happy with
he
my
wants
life and
to-
not work with shithead kids.
He
all
wants to
day.
sit and cry in a room while no one needs a saxophone.
Well, you know what? People change careers 3 to 4 times throughout their lifetime. So if you expect to be staying a band director your entire life, that's great.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna
Is
make
it?
it happen.
Is it?
And well, yeah, high schoolers are shitheads, but I'll figure out a way.
Yeah, if I were to teach at all, it would have to be in college, because I don't have the patience. Like, unless I could work at like an art specific high school where I wouldn't have to do marching band or deal with finances and all that
See,
bullshit.
You're like the exact
that would be
opposite of
fine.
me. I want to teach marching
Oh
band and do all
God,
that.
no.
Yeah,
No.
see, I love that.
I know.
No, I love that. But anywho, so we both graduated from Cypress in 2014
Yep.
in May.
Yep.
It is currently March
Yep.
of 2015, second semester of freshman year,
We are actually recording this right now in my dorm room.
because he's a swagger and lives
Oh
in a
God,
dorm.
yeah. Well, so do you.
I do, but I'm moving off campus next semester.
yeah.
Actually, summer. I'm gonna do summer here.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta make up for that theory. Yeah.
Oh God.
So, at UCF, the music, which those of you who don't know what UCF stands for, it's the University of Central Florida.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. We're in Orlando, Florida now, and
Mhm.
the program for theory here is notorious for being very hard.
Yeah. Yeah. We just got a new theory professor, sort of, who
Dr. Sun, me, roll.
Yes. Yeah, and when she got
Honorary
here,
TBS sister.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can talk about the music sororities around and
Yeah.
fraternities.
I'm a sister of Tau Beta Sigma.
Yeah, there's also Kappa Kappa Psi, which is are they male exclusive?
No,
Oh,
they're
okay.
co-ed. They're are joint with us.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're the sisters and they're the brothers.
Yeah. Okay. So
Phi Mu Alpha is the one that's male exclusive.
that's right.
And
that's right.
Sigma Alpha Iota is female exclusive. Which is really annoying because I love all the sisters in the chapter here at UCF that are in SAI. And I always said, if you guys didn't discriminate against penises, I would rush. But
So
you do.
that's right. How many other guys are in Tau Beta Sig?
Like 3.
And how big is your chapter in general?
Oh. Our active sister right now is 28.
Okay. So
And we
it's still
have-
a large portion are girls.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of conditional sisters,
Conditional sisters.
which is like you're not active, because you're too busy for the semester, so you
Oh,
pay
okay.
like your dues are less and you don't have to do anything. It's just like you're still a sister, you just don't have the time to devote to the sisterhood that
Yeah.
you need.
So what do you do in the sorority?
Jesus, why
Just in general. I mean, because I don't know anything about
it's
Greek life
band
in general.
it's band service. So basically we're in charge of all the uniforms for the marching nights. We're in charge of water distribution, all like anything food that comes from Tau Beta Sigma pretty
Oh.
much. And we plan the banquet for the marching nights.
Yeah.
And all sorts of little fundraising crap throughout the year we do. But
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
yet another thing I didn't do that you did.
marching nights.
Okay. Talk about that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Go as long as you want. Say
So-
every gruesome little detail about
So coming from a high school band that was 70 piece
it. Ooh, on a good day.
on a good day with a director I didn't really like.
Let's not get into that.
Um,
That's a whole separate issue.
let's
That
not-
could be a whole podcast on its
Yeah.
own.
Talking about teaching strategies. As a
Ugh.
student of teaching, that's something I look at. But anywho, so going from that to a 308 person college marching band.
Good lord.
It's so awesome.
That's so many people.
Oh, it's so awesome. I love it.
That's almost our high school graduating class. Our
Yeah.
graduating class was 420 something.
420, really?
It was in the 420
Cypress
range.
would be that.
We would be.
Oh my god, I'm so glad we're not there.
Oh,
anymore.
God, yeah.
Okay. Life is so much better in Orlando than it is in Fort Myers.
Even just life, college versus high school is.
Well,
it's
yeah.
So much better.
Well, yeah, depending on where you're going, but I hear
Yeah.
stories about small universities. My best friend Kim is a transfer from Stetson. And
Oh, okay.
she's like, "Yeah, just don't do it. Just go to university."
Ben, just come to UCF.
Yeah, Ben.
Just come.
He's currently suffering at Stetson.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know why.
I
Every single person I know that has gone to Stetson, they're all like, "Oh yeah, I was miserable."
Oh well, I mean,
Same goes for USF.
oh yeah. So there's
The
for those who don't
University
know,
of Shitty Football.
for those who don't know, UCF and USF, University of Central Florida, and University of Southern Florida, have a huge rivalry, and I didn't know this until I came
Neither
to
did I.
UCF. Yeah. So
Because I didn't give a shit about any of these state schools. I'm from Ohio. I was like, I have no loyalty. Whoever will give me money, I'll go there. And, UCF did.
I'm from Florida, and I didn't know. I mean, I
It's
knew
because
about
what-
FSU UF
In the football
but
world, what does USF do? Nothing.
yeah.
What does UCF do? They're all right.
And they're actually pretty successful in their division.
Well, yeah, because everyone else in our division sucks.
Shh,
And-
don't say that.
Well, that's why we did so well. Have
I
you
know.
seen? It was so funny because, like, my parents kept joking with me. Oh my god, isn't that so great not having to watch Cypress football anymore?
Oh,
And I
my
was
parents did the same thing.
And I was like, yes, my team actually won.
yeah, it's like we're actually decent. We actually
Yeah,
win games.
we're
on a
okay.
we win games on a regular basis. I think for all of our home games, I think UCF won all of them.
Yeah, because of the band, obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, with a 300-person band, how could you lose?
And we fuck with the other side all the time. Especially, you should see during the season when we play volleyball games.
Oh, you guys do volleyball games?
Yeah, well, whenever Schreier requires it or whatever,
Yeah.
we'll go and we'll do the women's volleyball games. No team can win when we are present because we are so distracting.
So
Like, we'll go, okay, so you know they have to bump the ball 3 times?
yeah.
So when it's on our side and they're bumping, we go U C F, and then when the other side has it, we say something different every time. So it'll be like pop that bubble, or like just like whatever someone comes up with, or we'll go where's your band?
So you're the hecklers in the crowd.
Yeah.
And they can't
Oh, yeah.
even kick you
No,
out because
they
you're the
can't do-
fucking band.
They can't do anything.
That's great.
It's I love it. And we're not breaking any rules, you know. We're not
Right.
stopping the game. We're just all yelling together and being horrible. And we do it for the basketball games too, 'cause now I'm in Jammin' Nights, which is pep band,
Yeah.
and they're like, if it's getting toward the end of the game, and to be honest, our women's team sucks.
For basketball?
Oh yeah, sucks so bad. I mean, not to trash my own school, but I've never seen a basketball team play that shitty. Like,
I mean, we're good at some things
what's
here.
so funny is we have the best player in the division for women's league, but the rest of the team sucks. So it's kind of
I
like
feel so bad
it's
for
kind
her.
of like how Cypress football was when we had the best player. Remember?
One time.
We had
When was
one-
that? Our freshman year?
No, we had one good player, and then the rest of the team sucked.
Oh.
That's
well.
exactly how. That's exactly how the UCF girls basketball team is.
Yeah.
Like, there's one girl, I shit you not. I laughed so hard during the season. There's one girl, she's super tall, taller than all the other players, okay? Every time the ball gets in her hands, she just passes it. It doesn't matter if she's right in front of the hoop. She can make a clear shot, get it. Nope, she passes it. She's like,
wow.
it's like she's afraid of the ball. She's like, oh, get it away from me.
There's always one kid on every team that's just terrifying.
And I'm like, would somebody put her on a bench? Like, come on. and it's bad 'cause we always heckle the other team in basketball too.
Mhm.
So like, if somebody shoots and misses, like,
Oh God, I
like,
can imagine.
it doesn't touch the hoop,
Oh.
which happens more often than you would think.
Really?
Because
In
it's women's
collegiate
First,
basketball?
okay, it's women's. Okay. And you know me, I'm a feminist. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Female power, but holy shit. I don't like sports at all. They bore the shit out of me, but I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So if somebody misses and they're on the other team, we go air ball
Yeah.
at them. So it's, and then, so we're so bad. We're so mean. The one thing that you'll always hear coming out of the tuba section or the Sousa section is, dunk it! Dunk it!
How many of you are there in the tube section?
Oh, like 10 or 15.
So it's fucking loud.
Yeah, and you hear people, dunk it! Dunk it! Because you know they're not going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they'll, like, toward the end of the game, the bounce, every time the ball hits the floor, the whole band will go boing, 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 and then they'll pass it. Woo! Woo! We're horrible.
I'm so glad I'm not in marching nights or anything.
It's so bad. Like, all that immature crap that was so funny in high school, like in high school marching band, it happens in pep band.
Oh
the whole,
God.
Like,
well, I mean,
the other team will be taking a foul shot, and one of our Suzes goes, ah! Like, our team, because the whole place will be quiet because it's our team.
Yep.
And right as she throws it, ah! It's so bad.
oh God, that's awful.
But it's so depressing because it's like, I know the feeling because, like, you know, we'd be in high school and we'd have our football games. And, of course, probably half the people listening to us don't even know what our high school was.
Oh.
But we had a really crappy team, as we have mentioned before. And because of that, no one goes to the games because it's just depressing.
Yeah.
So we would be like the only people in the bleachers on our side, and then the visitor side would be full.
Yep, always. And
That's
and of course the visiting band was always like 30 people bigger than us. So 95% of
Yeah.
the visiting team's sort of, benches
yeah.
would be banned.
Yeah, and then. But the funny thing is our director was like, "Spread out. We're gonna make ourselves look bigger,
our
like
our
a blowfish."
Yeah. Maybe if we look bigger, we'll sound better.
Maybe if we play louder, people will think we're good.
Oh God. So the SpongeBob references, do they happen in college?
Oh my
too?
God, yes.
Oh.
Okay, story time. My first day at UCF, first day of band camp, I walked onto that field and I heard a group of people talking and I heard people referencing SpongeBob. I almost broke down and cried. I was like, I'm home!
Exactly.
I'm home! Yeah.
Oh,
so it's
Jesus
been really
Christ.
good.
Yeah.
And I have a good section. They're really funny and they throw great parties.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
College is fun, but busy.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm taking 24 credits this semester. Yeah. 24 hours a week.
Just so people have some reference, 15 credit hours is like a full semester.
Isn't 12 hours considered full time?
So 12 hours is considered like full time, but 15 hours is considered a full semester. So
Okay.
Gordon is taking a
Double that.
semester and a half
Yeah.
in one semester.
I mean,
More than a semester.
To be fair, 2 of my courses count as nothing because one's music forum.
Oh, okay,
which
that's
is-
0 credits.
And then I'm taking a course that the university's making me take because I suck at math, which counts for nothing.
So what other classes are you taking to make up those 24 credits?
Music history,
Yeah.
intro to music history and lit,
We have that together.
music theory and ear training.
Yep, that's 4 credits.
Okay. Applied lessons,
Yep,
which is studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 hours.
Music forum, I already said.
Mm-hmm.
Forgetting something.
Are you taking music tech class?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I could even look at my schedule.
Yeah.
This is so interesting to our listeners, by the way.
I don't care.
Because they give a shit about what classes I'm
Are you
taking.
taking any gen eds?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
it's the one that counts for nothing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Like, I have to take it to stay a student here because apparently I had really great scores on the ACT in every section except for math.
Oh well.
Piano,
Piano. Yeah.
Jammin' Nights.
That's a class.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wind ensemble, symphonic band. And I think I hit them all.
That's all 24.
Yeah, that's a lot of classes. That's like 8 classes.
That's weird because I'm taking 10 classes and I have 17 credits,
I don't know how many. Wait, let me see.
which is still considered a lot for
Theory
most
and
people.
ear training,
4.
piano,
It's another.
history,
Yeah.
Jammin' Nights, music forum, la 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 la, symphonic band, wind ensemble, studio,
Mm-hmm.
and history.
Oh.
That is 10 classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not in the same boat. I'm not taking as many credits as he is.
Because his major's easier.
Not true. It's no.
Your applied exam for studio, right? When I heard about that.
The juries?
Yeah, the jury.
The juries in the jazz department are ridiculous. In the classical department, they're easier, but they're still pretty hard. But in the jazz program, they are brutal.
Well, we don't have any kind of like string program.
I mean, we do, but we really don't.
But my studio professor is an adjunct, and she just got a new position full time, so she's leaving. So now, not only background for listeners, we have a string program at UCF, but
They're
let's
not
just say
great.
it's in transition. We'll say that
In transition. Okay,
It's
creative
in the wor-
wording.
It's shitty. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
it's pretty bad.
It's shitty,
It's pretty bad.
and it was just circumstance created it, and
Yeah, it just it never blossomed. It never
well, the
blossomed.
one I don't know the full story, but the one guy used to teach it, and he was really good. And then there was somebody crappy after him, and now the new guy is like trying to pick up the pieces. I don't know.
Oh well,
Either way, it's a clusterfuck.
and
And
I don't know any string players, so that should really say something.
I know a couple,
Oh,
but
well.
they're usually not around. They're like ethereal string players because most of our orchestra is made up of community members.
Yeah,
So the amount of string players there are in the actual School of Music is really small. So, and that's the other reason. Like, they've got it so hard. I feel bad because at least with the band program, we've got a great director. We've got several great directors.
yeah,
And we just, if you're in the band program and you try, you're going to do well. You
Right.
know?
right.
And we're reputable. Apparently, we're supposed to be, like, better than UF in the band department. Ooh.
Yeah, no one goes to UF for music. I mean, that
I-
should say something.
I don't know. I've heard different. I don't know anything about their School of Music, but apparently, a jazz major told me that their jazz program needs work.
Well, I mean, it wasn't me. I'll tell you that. But yeah,
I don't
you
know.
don't really hear of
It's
people-
irrelevant, anyways. But
Honestly,
I
yeah.
mean, like, but
It's gratifying to hear. It's very
so
gratifying.
weird talking to these microphones. By the way,
yeah.
We used to have the nice setup, on the table, and there was like a stand that the mic hung over
But-
us like a boom.
But this will
and-
sound so much better.
Yeah,
you have
won't-
no idea.
And you won't hear the sound of me adjusting. If you listen to the old stuff, you hear this.
Oof. yeah,
noise.
it's like
It's me.
I don't know. I can't
It's
even
me
do it.
adjusting the stand.
It's just a dull scraping sound, and it's
Yeah.
awful. It's awful.
We had our shit so together.
Oh God, it was ghetto rigged to the best. It was
I was
ghetto
like,
rigged.
"You got a microphone, right? Yeah, let's do a podcast."
yeah. But
Which is
Yeah.
so weird because like it was weird because senior year I didn't see you a whole lot and we weren't
yeah.
together a whole lot, and
Yeah.
now we're in school and I never see you.
Well, no, because we're doing totally separate things.
Yeah, totally different.
Even though we're
majors.
still in the music school together, we're doing totally
Well,
separate
you're
things.
in jazz world and I'm in ed world.
Yeah, well, I'm still in the process of switching from jazz to classical, but still, it's a totally different world than you are.
Classical saxophone.
Ah,
You
that-
realize that is an oxymoron. right?
that's why I play bassoon too. No, but actually, there's
You're gonna hear that the rest of your life.
I know, but the worst part is there's actually a lot of really, really, really good material out there for classical saxophone, and no one ever hears it.
Yeah, no one ever hears it exactly because no one ever performs it.
I know.
What are you gonna be like, Kenny G? And
Kenny
like,
G is
you-
not classical, and he's not good.
Well, whether or not he's good is debatable.
It's not debatable. He's
Every
not good.
saxophonist says that because they're butthurt. Cause
Butthurt? Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
because he's a saxophonist and he actually has a job. But but
It was creative, but fuck you.
it's true. Actually, they were talking about this on NPR not too long
Oh, yeah?
ago. Yeah, like just so you know, or if you don't know, I listen to NPR
Yeah, I
like
knew
every
that. I
day
knew
in my
that.
car because I'm a loser. That's why I always know.
My dad listens to NPR,
freaking love
but
NPR.
it's good. It's good stuff.
I love. You know what's really funny? Here, I don't know if it's national or if it's just Orlando, but there's a show on in the morning on NPR called the Diane Reems Show. Okay, this lady, I laugh my ass off. She reminds her voice is like the Dalek woman.
The Dalek. Oh, from
Have I mentioned
Doctor
you that?
Who.
Okay,
Yeah, I
There's
don't
a-
watch Doctor Who. So.
okay, listeners, listen to this real quick. Go on YouTube right now and look up a video called Dalek Woman. It's the sister of the woman who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
Okay, she's a lawyer and she still lives in the town where they grew up and all that, blah blah blah. And this guy is interviewing her about her sister and about her father because Atticus is based off of the writer's father.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really not intended to be funny, but it's funny as fuck because this woman that is in the video is like 100 years old, and she's been smoking like stogies her entire life. And she's like she talks just like
Oh god.
it's so bad, and they call her Dalek Woman because
Okay.
she sounds like the Dalek robots from Doctor Who.
Okay.
And like there's this part where at the very end, the guy asks her like, what's a good place to eat in town, because he's just like, I don't know, making conversation, and she goes, "Do you like fresh catfish?"
I feel like that's something quoted in marching band
So
incessantly.
funny. "Do you like fresh catfish?" And then she's like, "Go down." Like she tells him this restaurant. And when I heard that shit, I just lost it.
Yeah, that's. I feel like if the kids in our band in high school heard that, that's
Oh my-
all
it
they would. That's all they
never-
would say.
It would never die.
It would
I
with
forget how I
that
got on this
and the
tangent.
SpongeBob topic.
Wait,
or
why
the-
was I talking about the Dalek Woman in the
I
first
don't
place?
No,
Oh shit. There's a point to this.
was there?
Yeah. I forget what we were talking about.
Oh
We
well.
should go back and roll tape and see what we were talking about.
Nah.
Oh crap.
So we were talking about jazz saxophone, Kenny G. Sax players don't have jobs.
Yeah. Okay. There's a reason I was bringing up her voice. I can't remember. I don't remember.
Well, fuck.
There was a whole story to
Yeah.
that, and I lost it. But yeah, anywho.
Yeah. Whoops.
So, doing this podcast again, I was thinking about this yesterday or last night. There was this podcast that I used to listen to all the time that I was like a huge fan of. They're called the Grandma's Virginity Podcast.
Oh, I think you mentioned it when we did the podcast in high
When
school.
I was in high school, I loved that shit.
Yeah.
And
I remember you
and
mentioning them.
it was really funny. Oh, I remember why I was talking about the Dalek
Oh,
Woman.
perfect.
Okay, we'll go back. I'll go back, and then we'll go back.
O-
Okay.
okay.
So I listen to NPR every day. 'cause I have
NPR, that's right.
Okay, and Diane Reeves sounds like the Dalek Woman.
Okay.
And that's why I brought it up, because you can tell, like, she's a great journalist. You can tell she's been in the biz for like a century.
Or at least
You
she
know,
sounds like
she
it.
was there when they were using a printing press, to get like old block printing press.
Yeah.
She was there. The British were coming and everything, and she was reporting on it. So, so
The British were coming, and she was reporting on it. I don't know why that's so fucking funny, but it just is.
So she's been in the business forever, and you can tell they're not gonna fire her because she's great, but you can kind of tell, like, everyone there must know, like, hey, Diane, maybe it's time to retire.
Yeah. Hey,
Because
Diane, you sound like shit.
She's like, the Diane Reeves show. And like, she interviews people. I just like her shit is so interesting, but at the same time there's a part of my brain that's like dying of laughter because her voice is like the Crypt Keeper. It's so funny.
Yeah. And that must be even better on radio, because all you have to do on radio is listen. It's not like
Right.
TV where you can
I'm
just
sure
watch.
she's got a great face for radio too.
Oh yeah,
She's
because
like-
every radio DJ is an aspiring model.
Don't you love people that are like, I'm a DJ?
I've
As if you-
honestly never met anyone
Okay.
like that.
Okay, real talk right now.
All right, go.
People have come to me so many times in my life and said to me that they are a musician. Okay? And I go, "Oh,
Okay.
you're a musician." I go, "What do you do?" And they say, "I'm a DJ." And they go, "I mix things on my little fucking board or whatever."
There's a difference between playing like DJing a wedding and actually sampling different artists and
They
making a
don't
new sound out of
know
it.
shit about music.
Yeah, and you don't have to know shit about music to make good music.
No, no. No. Taking it and overlaying it with some booms, some boots and some cats and just like slowing it down and making it faster for a second. That's the shit that they do. And they're like, "Oh yeah, music."
There's a thing that I actually learned this in my music tech class, applying college knowledge. There's a thing called turntablism that started in the 90s, and it's where scratching originated, and it's actually like really good stuff. And
Scratching didn't start in the 90s.
yes,
No, it started like in the 70s when that kid did it on his
that
record
kid.
player. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the guy, but that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
it started. Because that was it way into funk. Because funk was all about that. And when R&B started up.
No.
Yeah, when R&B started up, that was the time.
They
when
didn't
that
use
shit-
scratching in R&B.
You're talking about like moving the record back and forth underneath the needle to
Yes.
make it go.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that shit's been around before the 90s.
they didn't do that in R&B and funk though.
They did. They
No,
did it
they didn't.
sometime. Yeah, they did. DJs did that shit. That didn't start in the 90s.
Yeah,
No, it didn't. We're gonna look this shit up later.
whatever.
But
So yeah, turntablism, where they're actually they're taking small samples of different things and editing them somehow and overlaying them over each other, making new music. That is music. I mean, technically, what we're doing right now is
no,
music.
But what I'm talking about is like people. The other one that annoys the shit out of me. Another example is people who say, "quote Music is my life."
Good Lord.
Unquote.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ!
I have
Oh my
never
God.
I have never said that in my entire life, and there's a
Okay.
reason.
Okay. Do you want to know what pisses me off? I'm a person where I believe I can genuinely say music is my life because I'm in college for music.
Right.
I'm
And
devoting my life to music. Okay? People who say that shit to me, and I always see it on like people's Facebook
yeah.
or Grinder. And
That's
mean-
that's something I don't use.
I mean, let's be honest. People write that shit all over.
Yes, they do.
And of course I have a Grinder. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So
I mean, who was expecting him not to?
I mean, it's college. I don't give a shit. So, I will ask when I see that because immediately, like, there's this part of my brain that's like, I want to hurt this person. So,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
send them a message. I go, oh, and I'm real nice about it. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, music is your life? Cool. What do you do? What do you play? Do you sing?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, I don't play anything. I don't write music. I don't sing. They go, I listen to music. And I
Yep.
go,
Yep.
what? Music is your life?
Yeah.
And-
There.
And I love
God.
it because they're always like, music is my life. And then there's like a portion that says like the music that they like, and it's like Nicki Minaj, Beyonce,
Yeah.
like all this like bullshit people, and I'm like, what?
I mean, there's something to be said for like music, like saving people in the darkest of times and making them happy once again. But it's not your life. You don't know how to make music.
and
You're
it's
not
funny.
skilled or
It's like-
talented in music. You have no reputation. You have
right.
no reason to be saying those
Not
things.
Not that I'm belittling that person for enjoying music, because
No, certainly not at all.
everyone in the world enjoys music, but music is not your life.
Yeah.
You just enjoy music.
Right.
You can write that. You can write, I enjoy music. There's nothing wrong
No
with
one
that.
will disagree
Or,
with
I
you on
love
that.
music.
Right.
Yeah, but music is not your life.
You don't spend all day doing it. You don't even
love
think
it.
about it all day.
I love it. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, I do know stuff about music. And I'll ask them like a simple theory question. I'll be like, what is the fifth in the C scale? Or
Yeah.
like or what notes are in a C pentatonic scale? And I always do it C because
Yeah.
it's the easiest key.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, and they have no idea.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could Google that shit and figure it out in 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
but no. Not that I'm a master at music theory.
But I mean,
But-
there's still something. You got to know what
There's
you're
something
talking
to
about
be
before
said.
you claim it.
And then the other people that say that music is their life and all that I think is funny, are people who play the guitar. And not that you can't be a real musician and play the guitar.
Nope.
Because you can. You
Correct.
definitely can.
Correct.
But the people I always see writing this shit are people that either don't read music,
Mm-hmm. All
or
they know are how to read our tabs.
all they know how to read are tabs or chords,
Yeah.
or they don't read anything at all, and they just fuck around on the instrument
Yeah.
and say that they play it.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
my thing is, and they're like, "Oh, I sing along with the chords." I'm like, "But are you really a musician, or do you just play the guitar sometimes?"
But see, if you want to go that far, not that I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I
Oh,
totally
yeah,
agree
yeah.
with you. But if you think about most symphony musicians, chances are they've never composed a piece and then had a group play it, unless they've gone out with a specific desire to do so and actually done it. They've never done that.
Yeah.
So all they're doing is just playing sheet music that's passed to them. Granted, they know how to read music, which is a level above the people you're
Yeah.
talking about.
yeah.
But
and of
does that make
course-
them any less of musicians, or does
I
that
mean-
bring
I
the
mean,
people
that
below them
argument
up?
can be made that modern musicians aren't musicians at all, in that in medieval era and throughout the Baroque period and into the classical, people didn't read all the notes on the page. They improvised everything,
Right.
and you were just given chords and you had to take that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, all of the old oratorios are all like that.
Mhm, yep.
But it's like, but you know,
Yeah, I know. It's just like everyone can. If you hit one note on the piano, you can say you play the piano. But do you really play the piano?
yeah, right.
There's such a
if someone
huge
picked up
difference.
a tuba and blew a couple notes in it, you don't play the tuba.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the same with any instrument.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a long tangent.
No, that was a good one. That was one that
We're actually
needed to
talking
be
about
done.
music people, so the band people that actually think that this is about band will listen to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's music. I mean, it's close.
Yeah, I mean, I figured we'll go off. It was so bad. I re-listened to one of our episodes the other day. Holy shit, we talked about a lot of not band related stuff.
Yeah, I
And
know.
we got political.
Oh, yeah, we did. That was when
Which
shit
is
got
fun,
weird.
Which is
Yeah,
fun. I
yeah.
still am pretty political.
Oh yeah, you always will be.
Hillary for 15. Hillary for president. Yeah.
I
or
don't.
16.
I don't pay attention. I don't give a shit.
Well, there's like.
I mean, that's just part of our
I
personalities.
was talking to my dad about this morning. I sent him a message because I was listening to NPR, which is like, the BBC and the NPR are my two news sources because
Yeah.
everyone else is corrupt.
Yeah, and some would say BBC is corrupt, but
On American politics?
they've actually had multiple lawsuits of them fabricating stories. The
Really?
BBC, yes,
Really?
yes, through
I
the
thought-
70s, 80s, and 90s. Less
I
so
thought-
now, but through those.
I
30
thought that
years,
they were
yeah,
supposed
did.
to be like the most neutral source because they don't give a shit about our
They
politics.
really are the most neutral source. In general, they are.
Okay. Then I'm not wrong.
No,
by
you're not
saying that
wrong,
I'm
but-
getting an unbiased. I've never
It's
heard of that.
it's as close to unbiased as you're gonna get.
I mean, they also give pretty good international news.
They
as
do,
does
yeah.
NPR.
yes.
Because this is, which is fun, because like, the Eurozone is like still pretty fucked up right now.
Yes.
Have you been hearing about all like what's going on with Greece?
Oh, they've been in a shithole for years now.
I know, but it's so funny. They're acting like such little bitches. It's so funny because okay, so Greece's economy, Greece's economy,
Yeah.
la la la, is going to shit, and it's been going to shit.
Yep.
And because they're members of the EU, they're degrading the value of the euro,
Yep.
which is, like fucking up every other country in the Eurozone.
Right.
To, like, stop it. So it's kind of like if Florida's economy were to go to shit, it hits the rest of the country.
Right.
That's pretty much, what's going on. So the rest of the world, or rest of the EU,
Mm-hmm.
is in the process of trying to bail them out.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, but they're so incompetent
Mm-hmm.
that, and what's really funny, that was really funny, was Germany has been very active in trying to negotiate with them,
Yes.
and so I believe France has been as well.
Mm-hmm. Germany the most so, pretty much.
Yeah, because they're kind of economically, Germany's like the heart
Yeah,
of the
they're
EU.
definitely the strongest.
So they're negotiating with the Greeks on how much they should get for their bailout
Okay.
and how that whole thing will go. The Greeks turn around and they go, Germany owes Greece war reparations from World War II.
What?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Their prime minister came out and to the international community and said that the Germans owe Greece war reparations because they fucked up our whole country, and they said, and if they don't pay us, we will confiscate the German property that's on Greek land. Which that I
How
don't
much
know.
German property could possibly
I
be
don't
on
know.
Greek
I
land?
guess they have business interests there and whatnot.
Oh, well.
But it's been like a big deal. They're saying it's probably more of like a political stunt. For
Yeah, that's
that
fair because
guy
they don't have
that's-
anything to lose right now.
Well, they've got everything to lose, but
Well,
their whole
Greece.
well, I guess he's just wants. He's doing it for his constituency or whatever. But Greece is making themselves look like assholes in front of the international community.
Yeah.
And because like they just need to rebuild their middle class and everything, so they're
Yeah.
trying to like find all the money they can get to. I don't know what caused their whole economy to go down or anything. I don't know the details of it because
Mhm.
it's Greece and I could give a shit, but I just know what I heard on NPR. And they're saying that this whole issue with the war reparations, like, literally cannot be brought up because
Really? Well, I mean,
because
yeah,
of the
it's
treaties that have been signed
right.
at the end of the war, and then there were several agreements that were signed by the big people, like the big countries,
Mhm.
like us and Russia and France and Britain, like the P5 countries, okay?
Right.
But Greece wasn't on that, and they're trying to say that, well, we never agreed to anything.
I mean,
you
it's fair, but it's
But
pretty
The
shitty.
UN has ruled that nobody can bring up reparations to Germany anymore.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's already
mean,
been signed and sealed.
Yeah.
Because apparently Italy tried to do the same thing, or yeah, I think it was Italy that they mentioned on NPR, tried to do the same thing. Like their country ruled Germany has to pay us money, but that's a violation of international law because no country can make another country pay. They
Right.
don't have the authority to do that.
Yeah.
And Greece is trying to do that right now too, and like the international community is just not gonna have it.
Yeah. That's nah.
So it's
There,
it's
it's
pretty funny.
basically just Greece
Uh,
being a bunch of just
Yeah, they're
spoiled
being
little kids.
Bitches.
Yeah.
They're being little bitches.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me? Meanwhile, Germany's like, I'm like, historically, I'm not a big fan of Germany, but right now they're doing all sorts of cool crap. Like they're trying to convert their whole country's electricity into wind power.
Oh, that's
Like,
pretty good.
and they're
pretty cool.
They're pretty much leading the world in renewable resources and stuff like that. So
Huh.
it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's good they're doing something right for
And
once.
they've been Germany and France have both been negotiating with Israel and Palestine. Or I'm sorry, not Israel. They've been negotiating with Russia and the rebels in Ukraine,
Mhm.
Ukraine and Russia, all those people.
Yeah.
The Russian-backed rebels, I should say. They're not Russia,
Right.
but they are.
Pretty much.
The whole ceasefire that happened that didn't happen.
Yeah.
They're trying. So Germany's trying to do stuff, and I'm just like, really, Greece? You're like the bitch right now, and you're gonna go and do that. And what has Greece contributed?
Yeah,
in
you
the
don't really hear of
past-
Greece doing much.
I mean,
I mean, they're
past,
there, but
past ancient Greece.
yeah.
what have you given us?
Right.
Bad clothing?
Great.
Poor taste in clothing, right?
Great.
some pretty good food.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, my big fat Greek wedding.
Oh yeah, because that was so great.
I love that movie
I've actually never
because
seen
you
it.
want to know why? That movie is my family, but
Really?
yeah, on
Except,
my mother's side,
except you guys aren't Greek, I assume.
yeah, they're Italian.
Oh god.
Okay, but they're pretty much the same thing.
So I've never seen that movie. Is it just like, oh, it's a wedding
just-
gone wrong?
There's a lot of loud, opinionated people.
Oh, so it's
like,
my
being
mom's. It's my
obnoxious.
mom's side of the family too. Irish.
Irish.
Yeah.
Oh well, they're not drunk. But
Fair.
Speaking of, we just had St. Patty's
Oh, okay.
Day.
So
Did you see my post on Facebook?
no,
I was like, proud to be a snake on St. Patty's Day.
what was that all about?
Okay, so I don't know, or we never talk about religion, but
No.
I'm a pagan.
Yep.
Woohoo! And I'm sure our listeners don't know that. So what I was saying is the original story of St. Patrick's Day, or the story that the church will tell you, and that all the Christian denominations say, is that St. Patrick went to Ireland and eradicated all of the snakes out of Ireland.
Okay.
Like, that's the story. Because the snakes, to Christians, snake is a symbol of like Satan and everything. Because, like Adam and Eve and all that.
Okay.
So what it really is, the story, what it was actually about, is St. Patrick was like an evangelizer or whatever. Was his mission to convert everybody in Ireland over to Christianity.
Huh.
And the snake is an ancient symbol for the Druids
Okay.
and for many pagan faiths. So what the story is really about is St. Patrick kicking the Druids out of Ireland.
Huh.
Or the Roman Christians
Yeah.
kicking the Druids out and trying to replace the religion with, at that time, Christianity, later Catholicism. But so as a pagan, I'm not a huge fan of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I don't wear green, and I try to find something with a snake on it
Yeah.
to have around. So I posted I have the Ancient Origins page, which is like this anthropology page, and they write about all sorts of archaeological finds
cool.
and whatnot. And they had a whole article about the origins of St. Patrick's Day, and I was like, slap that up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then I had a picture of a snake I put up, and that's when I said, glad to be a snake on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And then my brother family, my KK Psi family, is the snakes. So my big brother
They're the
was like,
snakes. Oh, okay.
yeah, their family is the snakes. So my big brother was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Snakes.
Without any knowledge of what it actually meant.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because I love history, so I love to go read this shit. And it's so funny because like they talk about like St. Patrick's color is actually blue.
Yeah, it's blue.
And then like all of these things.
And how he was actually Scottish and not Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was a missionary to Ireland. And then what's really funny is how we celebrate St. Patty's Day and how it's like a whole big deal in the United States. Isn't that at all
It's
how
so
it is in
wrong.
Ireland?
It's so wrong.
And like America, we just find no one gives a shit about St. Patrick. Let's
No,
be honest. That's what's funny.
America just wants a reason to eat and drink.
Yeah, I mean, I can bring up all this history and say, it's a religious thing, and no one gives a shit.
Exactly.
It's just
yeah.
like Cinco de Mayo. We don't give a shit that the Mexicans beat France in a battle. We just want to fucking drink.
Yes. Yeah. We want to have any excuse to get as hammered as we want.
Which is like exactly how college is. So,
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've been around like end of finals week.
Oh
last
God.
semester. Oh my God.
I can imagine.
People get turned.
See, I went home as soon as
the
my finals
urban
were done.
people say.
Is there- Yeah, see, I went home right after finals, so I wasn't here for any of that
I
shit.
don't remember what I did, but I went to a party.
Oh.
I've been to there's been a lot of like. What's funny is like you coming from living at home to being on my own in college. You see those movies that show college parties, and it's
Yeah.
always like a house full of people.
Yeah, with the lights going and
Like,
everything.
you remember Uncle Buck, the movie Uncle Buck
No, I never saw that.
with John Candy? You never saw it?
Never saw it.
Oh goddamn! How have you not seen that movie?
I don't
It's
know.
like a quintessential movie. Okay, it's your job to watch that movie now.
Okay.
Because it's like one of his best movies ever. But there's a scene where he's trying to find his niece in this party, and it's a high school party, but it's a party.
Yeah.
And it's a house full of people, and no one can walk anywhere,
Mhm.
and there's just really loud music. And I just laughed my ass off because I've been to a couple parties, and it's like, oh my God, they weren't kidding. That's actually how it is.
Yeah.
Like you walk into the house, and there's almost nowhere to walk, and it's just like
Just obnoxiously
everywhere.
loud music.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, okay. All right.
Because that's all you can think of to do.
I mean, I have fun, but I mean, I don't
Yeah.
party almost ever. But when I do it right.
Yeah. Yeah. I
'Cause,
mean,
you
when you have
know,
the chance, you
I
gotta
wanna-
take it.
I want to pass my classes, so
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's. I actually don't know if that's a thing that happens a
I
lot
don't-
here. If people just sort
I
of.
also don't smoke weed, so
Yeah. I mean, it's.
I'm like one of the last people on earth. Not that I give a shit. If
Yeah.
you want to smoke the Mary Jane, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's people are surprisingly liberal with it up here. I mean, no
Well, yeah.
one really cares at all.
it's the second largest university in the country.
Is it really
Yeah.
the second largest?
Yeah. Ohio State's the only one that's bigger.
I thought. Wow.
We're the second largest.
Fucking huge.
Go number 2.
Yeah.
There's 60,000 people.
I
on this
know, but
campus.
the like second. Ooh, good lord.
That's why I love it, 'cause it's so huge. Well, okay.
But it's so huge, but you see the same 100 people around everywhere.
Well, if you're in the College of Music.
Well, I mean, in general,
I
honestly.
just have to say, like, if any of our listeners are in high school and are listening to this, if you live in Florida, come to UCF.
Yeah, seriously, it's
Okay, first of all,
it's great.
our tuition is lower than any other
Yep.
state school,
Yep.
and it's so fun up in this bitch.
It really is. All,
If
all
we
jokes
have a-
aside, it is a great fucking
our
school.
university condones our partying. It's so funny. When
Do they
there's a-
really?
Yeah, when there's a football game,
Oh God, the
they
tailgating.
cancel class so
Yeah.
you can go and tailgate.
they
The university cancels class
it's
so
a
you can get fucked up.
yeah. It's after 2 p.m. on game days. All classes are canceled. It's
Just
mandatory.
get out there and get your beer.
Yeah, seriously, and there are hardly any cops around when they tailgate, and when there are
It's
cops,
so
they're on
funny.
horses, so you really can't take them seriously anyway.
It's so or on bicycles. which is
Oh
really
God,
funny.
it's even worse.
Oh, but what's
It's like
so
a fucking
funny,
mall cop on a Segway.
being in the marching nights. Okay, that's the other thing I love about UCF. We have a lot of fans, and they love the band.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
they do.
They show up in droves, and they're usually fucking hammered. So
Yeah.
it's so funny. Like we'll march from.
Well, because you play a little bit in front of the arena, and then you march from the arena to the stadium.
Well, we play in front of the student union, and then we march from
That's
the
right.
And
You
then we
do.
march from the student union over to the arena, play in front of the arena, and then we march from the arena to the stadium.
Okay. Yeah.
So
See, I'm always with the march going from the arena to the stadium.
yeah,
I'm never there for the student union part. So
yeah.
on game days, you don't have class, pretty much, is what it boils down
No.
to.
No,
That's awesome.
I don't go to class on game day. But of course, most of my classes are music, and
Right.
they all know that I'm in band. So
Yeah.
if there is a class that's canceled, like it's a game day.
Right.
But but usually games are on Saturdays anyway, so
Right.
it's not. But if it
We
is
did have
ever-
like one Thursday game,
we
which
did.
is really awkward.
It was weird, and of course, they were fucked up people.
Yep.
It was great, but
and there was no one in class on Friday. Wow, what a coincidence.
yeah, that was so true. There was no one, but
Yeah, I actually had gen eds that semester, and I remember
Oh,
I
okay.
had
you were in a lecture hall that was empty.
Yep. I was in like a 300-person lecture hall for one of my communications courses, and there was no one there. There was like 100 people, maybe out of
Yeah.
300.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was desolate in that
Oh, yeah.
class. It was
'Cause
hilarious.
they were all hungover.
Oh yeah.
But it's so funny because we'll be marching down, and people will be like, "Yeah, marching nights. You want a beer? You want to like?" We do pet bands. Before we perform at the arena, we march to the arena. Then pet bands go out and play in different areas before we go and march off to the stadium. So I was doing this pet band, and this girl comes out. She's like, "Yeah, marching night. Do some shots with me. Do some shots." And I was like, I said, I so would do those shots with you, but I'm in uniform and I can't.
Yeah.
And like, that's the one thing is like, if you get caught drinking, you're
Oh,
out of
God.
the band.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, I can't wait till I'm like old or graduated and I'm doing this shit because I will have a great time.
Yeah.
Because everyone, it's so funny. And like the drunk people, for whatever reason, they love the Sousa section. I think it's just
Well, because your instruments look funny.
yeah.
Your
they
instruments are
stand-
wrapped around
They
you.
will be completely sloshed, and they'll just be like tuba, tuba, tuba.
Well, because everyone played tuba in high school. Like, as soon as you tell someone like you did music, they're like, "Oh yeah, I played tuba in high school," or "Oh yeah, I played drums in high school." It's
Yeah.
either one of those two.
You didn't play it well.
Yeah, we already went over that.
Yeah, it's so funny. I just love, and my section leader was like, "Yeah, well, they say that because sousaphone is a pretty hard word to say when you're drunk."
Fair. Sousaphone. Yeah.
So it's just 2 syllables. Tuba.
Yeah.
Tuba.
That's easy. It's like a war chant. Tuba, tuba.
Oh, it's so funny. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really fun out there tailgating. Like, I don't even drink, but I go out there for a couple hours just to people watch. Even the ones who aren't drunk are still interesting because they're either trying to get people to stop drinking or trying to get drunk themselves. And just to watch people
then
in
you
those
might get
interactions are so
lucky,
interesting.
And then you might get lucky. We have those fundamentalist people that show up on campus all the time.
God.
Okay.
The abortion. We had some abortion protesters here that were relentless.
It's
They
so
were so
fucking
funny.
funny.
They were
Oh my
hilarious.
god. If I have time, I stop just to heckle them because I enjoy. Okay, story time.
All right,
So
go.
there's this guy. There's this group, 2 men, 2 women, and some children.
A lot of children.
And they're wearing these like the one guy has this suit jacket on that was they had taken. Do you know what heat and bond is?
Heat. Is it like those strips where you put
It's glue that
and
you,
you just
heat
iron over
onto.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
irons on material. Okay, it was like it said like Jesus saves or like some shit like that.
Yep.
Like they had, and this black guy is sitting out here with a Bible, and I'm just walking by. It's my last class of the day finished. I'm walking by, and there's this crowd of people, and in my mind, I go, "Oh, I know what's going on over here."
Yep.
Because why would all these people be standing around? I'm like, there's somebody preaching over here, and sure enough, I show
Yep.
up, and here's this guy. Okay, and he is sitting. I shit you not. I was peeing my pants laughing. This guy, he's going spelling out with his arms and his legs like it's the YMCA or some shit. He's going, how can you tell if a woman is a WHORE? I mean, I shit you not.
how could he tell that a woman was a whore?
He's like, she wears leggings and has a camel toe, and he like pointed to this girl. Or he's like, she wears shorts, like, and he was like, she wears a low cut shirt, and he's like pointing to all these women.
Yep, of course.
And I was like, oh, I am gonna heckle the fuck out of you.
Well, I mean, he's asking to get.
And then he
bullied.
was like, he made some comment about like gay people or whatever, and I was like, yay, gay people!
Of
or
course,
some
yeah.
shit like that.
And your
he's
flamboyant
like-
ass voice.
He's like, are you gay? I'm like, obviously. I'm sitting here. I'm wearing. I can't remember what I was wearing that day, but I was like wearing skinny jeans or something,
oh,
and I had
God.
Starbucks in my hand. Like,
And with your voice, it's
it
just
was
like
not.
it's-
It was not even on purpose, but I was just like, this bitch right now, because he's heckling some lesbian that's there. He's,
Yeah,
like,
so you
getting
gotta
down her
stand
throat.
up for it. You gotta
Yeah,
stand
and
up for
I
the
was like,
LGBT
oh,
community.
No, don't you leave that carpet liquor alone. Like, let her do her shit. And I'll stand up for my lesbians. I love lesbians.
Yeah.
So he's getting on to her, and he's like, oh, you weren't here the other day when I did my lecture on how to spot a lesbian.
Lecture.
And he's, yeah, like,
Lecture implies
okay,
intelligence.
so he's like heckling the shit out of this crowd. He sits there for a good like 20 minutes and demeans every other religion in the book,
Of course.
including Christian denominations. He sits there.
What was he claiming to be?
That's why this is interesting.
Okay.
Okay, because I go, first of all, he starts ripping on Baptists. He starts ripping on Catholics.
Mhm.
All sorts of Protestants. He's ripping on everybody, and he's saying God doesn't believe, none of these people are with God anymore. Like, they're not the real Christianity. He's like, but I am, blah blah blah. And I go, oh, what denomination are you? He won't tell me. And
Oh.
I go, he goes, I'm from the Bible. That's what he says. I'm from the Bible. They're
What?
always from the Bible.
Yeah.
And I go, not that being, believing in the Bible is whatever, but he goes, I'm from the Bible. And I go, what church are you a part of? And he goes, oh, you don't need to know that. And I go, oh, well, so you're not a member of a church then? And he's like, oh, no, I preached in a church on Sunday. And I'm like, which one?
Yeah.
And he won't tell me.
That would have been interesting if you,
And I said,
what he would have told
I
you
said-
if you were in support of what he was saying.
I said, do you have any higher education? I was like, do you have a degree in divinity or anything?
Yeah.
No,
Of course not.
of course not.
Yeah.
So he's got an AA in some engineering or some bullshit like that. Something not related to
What he's talking
divinity at all.
about. Yeah.
And I said, do you know anything about history? Like I just
Yeah.
started at him this way. I went, because he goes, I believe everything that's in the Bible and only the Bible, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And I go, and he's being very offensive and rude. And meanwhile, there's this hippie kid with like a didgeridoo or a drummer. I can't remember what he had, but he's sitting there with a sign that says, not all Christians are like this. And
Yeah. Yeah.
like, and I feel bad because I feel bad for the Christians because it's people like that.
Yeah,
that makes them look
it's the
bad.
extremists that give him a bad rap.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm really cool with like Episcopals and
Yeah, just
all
you
Protestant-
can like religion. That's fine. I don't care if you like religion. Just
I mean,
don't be
I'm
a
a-
dick about it.
I mean, I'm a Unitarian Universalist,
Right.
so I believe
Yeah.
whatever you believe, that's your thing.
Yeah.
But so I go, let me ask you a question. I said, you study the Bible and just the Bible, right? And he goes, yes. And this is after he had just spent time demeaning all these other religions.
Yeah.
And I said, what version of the Bible do you study? And he
Yeah.
said, the King James Version.
Okay.
And I said, interesting that you would say that because you know that version of the Bible was translated by the Anglicans, right?
Yeah.
So after he was bashing Protestants,
Right.
I said, that was translated by the Anglicans.
Yeah.
So literally,
He was
He has-
bashing the people
he
who
was-
wrote his religion.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and he did not have shit to say to me, like
Right.
because and I was like, you must not know history, and he was like, he started ragging on Catholics, and I said, you realize
Okay.
that Christianity as it is today wouldn't have existed. Your church would not have existed if it hadn't been for the Catholic Church.
Right. Right.
They're the first.
Everything is a subset of Catholicism.
Yeah.
Everything.
And he's like, oh, those crazy Catholics, blah blah blah. And I'm like, they're the ancestors of your religion.
Right. Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. And what he said, the line that made me laugh whenever I hear it, and it's not just these fundamentalist people that say it. They say Catholics aren't Christian. And when I hear that, I just die a little on the inside. I
Yeah.
go, really? They're not Christians? I'm sorry. And being that I was raised in a Catholic home,
Yeah.
I know a little bit about Catholicism. I go, really? Remind me again how they don't believe in Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Because they do. So therefore they're Christians.
Yeah. Yeah. They believe in the exact same person.
And I think people mistake the word Protestant and Christian.
Yeah.
No, they are not Protestants. They are Catholics, but they are Christians.
Right. Right.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing. So I've decided next time I see another one of those people and I have time, I'm going to walk back to the music building and grab my tuba and just play the fight song over those assholes. It's so funny. Like, I'm all about discussing religion. And
Yeah.
I've actually am considering declaring divinity as a minor.
Really?
If I can do that. Yeah, I'm actually thinking possibly down the road I might go for a master's in divinity.
Oh, do they have that here at UCF?
Probably, but I mean, I would do it so I could be a minister
Right.
for the UU. But because I'm pretty much doing it now as a word. I'm pretty active. But I'm all about discussing all sorts of different religions and religious ideas.
Yeah.
But when you are persecuting other people,
Yeah.
you know,
And being an asshole.
I
about
have
it.
a problem with you.
Right.
If you think you're superior because of your religion, I have a problem with you
Yeah.
because
That's totally fair.
to me, religion is a personal thing.
Right.
And no one is defined by what religion they practice.
Mhm.
I mean, like, I'm a druid, okay? But does that mean that I'm one thing or another? That doesn't determine if I'm a good person or a bad person,
Right.
if I'm intelligent or if I'm stupid. It doesn't determine my sexual orientation,
Right.
my political views, anything. And people like to think that their religion sets them apart or above other people,
Mm,
which is the antithesis of what religion
exactly.
should be.
Exactly.
So that's my commentary on that,
Yeah.
and because of that, it overlays into politics so hard.
Oh yeah.
But
I think it. Going back to the abortion protesters, they're my favorite because they when they show up, I've seen them set up. They come to the school and they stand right where everyone passes, right outside the library, and they.
and they do that on purpose.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
know.
they want to get their message across and change as many minds as they possibly can.
Which-
and
which I
God
think
damn
is
it, they're not
funny,
going to do
Which I
anything.
think is funny because in what universe are you gonna change my mind?
Right, right.
By
They
yelling
don't.
at me that I'm going to hell, a realm that I don't even believe in. How are you gonna change my mind?
Right. Yeah. Them standing there screaming at you, screaming these awful, stupid things is not going to change anyone's mind.
Right.
But my favorite part about them is their signs.
oh my God.
They have practical billboards that they bring
Did you see
in
the one that was on campus the other day
with
that said
the
a woman's place according to the
Yes.
Bible?
And you know who the people who were yelling the most about it were? Men.
oh yeah.
Yeah. And so that's the best part about them
That's
is that
what-
they're
that's the good thing about our generation.
what?
I mean, most of our generation is pretty stupid, but they respect women, I think.
Right. Yeah, they're getting less misogynistic.
Well, sort of.
getting
The music industry doesn't.
Oh, good
but
lord, that's a whole separate issue.
That's more like one culture.
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. But their signs are ridiculous. They're equating men are equating abortion to the Holocaust.
Right.
Abortion potentially saving someone's life to the Holocaust, which killed 12 million people.
Well, my thing is,
It's
as-
fucking ridiculous.
as a human being who also owns a penis, I don't think I really have the right
Exactly.
to speak on abortion.
Exactly. Same.
And when people ask me what my opinion is, I always say my opinion is whatever the women's opinion
Exactly.
is.
Whatever
I have
they want to
no-
decide
And
is great. It's fine.
and to me, it's like I have no right to make that choice. Like
Mhm.
that's like if a woman was to try and tell me that I have to get a vasectomy or something.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like, you don't have any right. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not a
it's-
dog. You can't neuter me.
Yeah.
You know?
But the
like-
thing is, if politicians tried to only let women vote on abortion laws, people would raise a big fucking stink about it. No one would have it, and it wouldn't happen
Right, because
because they don't have control over something.
our Constitution prohibits that. as
Right.
well.
There's that too.
But
The
that's why we
pesky
vote on
little
gay
Constitution.
marriage. That's why we vote on gay marriage too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That again is becoming more popular as the day goes on.
I know. Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
thing that happened since we last did our podcast.
Oh yeah.
Florida became a free state.
Well, that was only recently.
Yeah, that was.
But still, I mean, even in our last
was that in
po-
January that happened? Yeah, January.
Yeah, it was right around there. It was right around New Year's. Even in the 2
My-
years that we haven't
My
been doing
church did a
podcasts-
huge mass wedding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was
cool.
great.
That's cool.
I couldn't be there because I was here,
Right.
but
That's nice. That's
in
nice
Fort
to know, though.
Myers.
Yeah. Even since our last podcast, I think, how many states is it that have legalized gay marriage?
I think
It's
it's
in the
like
teens.
16.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. And when we were doing our podcast last time, if it was any, it was significantly less number.
Alabama got it.
Did they really?
Yeah, they're the latest.
Alabama.
They're the latest.
That's
and
wow.
It's so
The-
it's
the
so funny
one of the
because the
reddest
Mississippi and the Alabama KKK
It's
have
so
come
strong.
out publicly and said that they are on high alert to restore traditional marriage and like all this shit. It's
the
like
KKK.
no matter what
man.
you do, you're not gonna change the law.
Right.
Like
It's a law. You're just
mean-
a bunch of people in hoods.
my solution to that whole problem is to just not live in that shitty part of the country.
Fair. That's
I
that's
mean-
exactly how you do it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I graduate, I'm probably gonna move to LA or some
Yeah,
shit.
just leave Florida. I mean, Florida's nice. Nice place to grow up. I don't want to live here
It's
all
not
my
a good
life.
place to be a teacher.
Nope.
Which is what I wanna
At
do.
least not in Lee County.
Sorry, I need to be in a union.
Yeah.
So I can retire someday.
Right, and so you're not living like shit before you retire.
Right.
If you retire.
I mean, I live paycheck to paycheck right now as a college student. I
Right.
don't want to do that for the next 30, 40 years of my life.
Yeah, it's not a good way to live. It's not a healthy way to live. It's not a nice way to live.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about the money to me, obviously.
No, but
That's why I'm doing it, but
being
know,
comfortable with money or knowing you're financially secure
living.
is very nice.
living.
Yeah.
Having a decent standard of living.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting, all the things going on since then.
Yeah.
We're having ISIS go crazy in the Middle
good
East.
Lord, yeah.
They've been talking all about that.
Speaking of religious extremists.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
too
well,
relevant.
you know those people would be exactly like that if our
Oh,
country
yeah.
wasn't as civilized.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would like to think that they wouldn't go so far as kill people, but
No,
you
they wouldn't.
know, it's real doubtful.
When you have signs that say God hates fags,
Yeah.
and fags go to hell
Yeah.
and shit like that, I don't believe that they value.
They don't value human
Humans.
life at all.
Yeah.
At all.
But yeah, it's pretty funny because they're talking about like the United States involvement and all of that.
Oh yeah. There was
And-
actually the second person to be killed by ISIS was a UCF grad. Did you hear
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he graduated 6 or 7 years ago. And they actually in the student union on the TV there in front of the stairs, they had a little memorial thing for him. They had his name and
I
a
didn't
picture of
even
him.
see anything on campus about him. I never saw, and I
Yeah,
was like,
that was the
why?
only thing I saw on
There
campus.
should be like a freaking vigil.
I think there actually might have been.
I was ignorant of it.
It was
if
very, very small and not very well advertised, but I'm pretty sure
well,
think
you know how
of
that
its
is.
existence.
There's like a million people here.
yeah,
So.
enough to make like 2 small towns.
Yeah. It's a great university with a serious history of hazing Greek life.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So funny. So funny. It's in the social frats and sororities,
Yeah.
which I'm not in. I'm
No,
I'm
I-
a service.
Right.
They like Sigma Chi, okay? They lost their house last year because they were hazing the shit out of somebody. I can't remember what they did to this kid, but they like humiliated him, and the university found out about it. And and this is how bad UCF is about it. They lost their house for a year, and now they have it back.
Really?
Yeah, because the
Really?
university just slapped him on the wrist, pretty much like, stop it.
Like, hey guys.
That's exactly what was fun.
Hey.
Kim was telling me they saw Sigma Kappa, I think it is. They have a house like right next to Lake Claire, and they said, "Oh, Kim's like, oh yeah, we saw them hazing their pledge class because all of a sudden, yeah, because she said they were just driving by, and all of a sudden, all these guys ran out of the house across the street and just like jumped into Lake Claire, and then like ran
well, that's
around
not
and
that
then
bad.
ran back.
That's not that bad. I mean, it's
Like,
just jumping
she's
into
like-
a lake.
They were like, they're making him do shit though. She's
Yeah.
like, they're making him do shit. They're hazing their pledge class.
Yeah, I know. I'm not supposed to say this, so I'm not going to say what frat it's from. But there was a friend of a friend that I know who's in a frat, and he fucked up.
Who knew this guy? Who know this guy?
Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy? Knew this guy's
Mhm.
cousin. He fucked up one week. So it was during the first semester of the year, which is always pledge semester. So everyone's trying to act their best and be their best so they can get in the frat.
Yeah, for socials, but
Right. It's a social.
for us, it's every semester
Yeah.
we take a class.
Yeah, it's this certain frat is a social one, and he fucked up somehow. I don't know, like he did something on a dress code or whatever. I don't know, but they made him. They took him into the backyard, a fenced-in backyard, so no one could see anything,
Mhm.
and he had to paint.
Paddle him.
No, no, they had to paint the back of that. He had to paint the back of the house while every single other member was throwing rotten food at him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was in his boxers. So it was social humiliation. Plus, he was painting a fucking house at night.
See, and that's why
Everyone do Greek life. I'm
that's
kidding.
why I like my sorority because we don't haze.
Yeah, and you guys
we don't
actually
do
do
that
shit.
shit.
You're productive.
Yeah.
And people like you because of it.
Yeah, well, our purpose isn't to party.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's funny 'cause like every one of those frats like says that they're about philanthropy.
Uh-huh.
That's just
It's a cover.
That's a reason to justify their existence.
Yes.
But
And their existence is to drink and
Yeah.
to get fucked up.
I
And
mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of them are hot. I mean, like,
I mean,
let's be honest. It's
It's-
a bunch of like manly
it's
men.
a bunch of hunks. If you
Yeah.
like hunks, you
Oh,
want
yeah,
a frat
they're
guy.
always like really
'Cause they're, like-
masculine, muscular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're always like out like playing basketball and
Yeah,
shit.
and they're always wearing
And when I
tank
drive
tops.
by, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, and they're always wearing tank tops too.
Ooh.
Like biting your thumb.
Ooh. Ah.
Like every guy driving by a sorority house on a weekend. It's
Have
like
you seen?
"Ugh."
Have you seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou? That movie.
No.
Oh my God! Why haven't you seen?
I haven't
anything?
seen movies, man.
It's like, I was gonna say it's like the scene where they happen upon these women that are like doing laundry in the river and they're like naked and the one guy's like, oh!
Yeah. But actually, speaking of beautiful people and UCF, how poignant. UCF, like right before we came here, was rated one of the prettiest
Yes,
schools in the
one of
country.
prettiest.
Yeah, and
I saw that.
people wise,
And
not
it's
even as a
so-
campus wise.
And it's so true.
Oh God, like
There are so many hot people.
like
here.
when we came back from spring break, like I went back to Fort Myers and I was like, oh my God,
Okay.
you're
okay,
all so ugly. And then I come
commentary-
back here and it's like, oh my God,
Commentary
finally.
on that. When I first moved here, I parked my car, or I went into my dorm or whatever. I opened up Grinder, and I went, okay, like I was like, oh my God, they're all hot. I
Yeah.
was like, yes. Okay, and then spring break, I went back to Fort Myers to visit my family,
Yep.
and I went. Now I remember why I hate Fort
Yeah,
Myers.
yeah.
As soon as I looked at Grindr, I was like, I was like, and it's still the same losers that were there when I
Yep,
left. And I'm
Yep.
like, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't
Yeah.
live here anymore.
Yeah. There's also another app
Speaking
that's
of, I should look at that right now.
speaking of apps and locational. It's a segue, guys. There is an app that is heavily used up here called
Yik Yak!
Yik
Yeah!
Yak. Yik Yak is fucking weird. It's basically an anonymous posting service where people within a certain radius of where you are can post things and you will see them. You can
They
reply
just
to
write
them.
whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly.
And there's
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And
Oh.
because of parental backlash.
I'm going to read some of
Oh
on
yeah,
the air.
please do. Because of parental backlash in middle and high schools, as of a couple months after their release, you can't use it within a certain geographical radius of a middle or high school.
Seriously?
Yeah,
That's
because-
a lie.
No, because people were cyberbullying off of it.
I've never. We're within a certain university. High schools right there.
It's not. Well, I mean, you have to be with. It's not like a 2-mile radius. It's like if you're on campus or close to it, you can't use it.
That's stupid.
I know, but
Okay, so this
a
is
lot of kids were getting
UCF's
like really.
This is
bullied
UCF's
hard.
current Yik Yak.
All right.
Okay, so basically what it is, people write whatever the fuck they want, and other people can upvote it and downvote it. If it gets 5 downvotes, it goes away.
Yeah.
But people can write whatever. So right now this says, so this is. There's one right here that says, "Wish I could get a BJ." Like,
It's funny if you go on Yik Yak after like 1 a.m. It's all people like looking to hook up, and the funniest thing is it's all dudes, and nobody realizes it, and no one
so
is gay.
This one says, "Someone help me out with a fucking ID. I lost mine and was supposed to go out tomorrow and get a tattoo." Because Orlando Tattoo Company gives student discount.
Do they?
Yeah, I know that because that's where I got my septum pierced.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
Another thing that happened since.
Yeah, yeah. And I cut my hair real short.
Yeah, speaking of beautiful people, Adam got his hair.
What's up?
Adam looks like
I look
a
like
different.
I look like I'm 18
Yeah,
now.
I'm sorry. You look like fucking Andy Dick without the glasses.
I mean, I've also gotten Conan O'Brien, which I will
Yes,
take.
You do have the shape of the hair.
Well,
You
it's
do.
Like, it's like in front, it does that like curly thing, and it's
Yeah.
not as pronounced as Conan's, but it's like it's there.
He does his extra pronounced
Oh,
on purpose.
it's his gimmick, man. But he rocks that shit.
This one says, when you get invited to a party, but you low-key don't want to go, and your friend calls and says, we're not going anywhere, and then there's a little prayer, the hands together praying icon. It says, I needed a night to relax.
Yeah, yeah. There's and you can
Haunted French pancakes give me the crepes.
God damn it. My roommate did this thing on Yik Yak where I don't know why he did it.
Mock. Yeah. Yeah. I fucking love Yik Yak.
My roommate did this thing a couple of weeks ago where all he would post was just like the peach emoji, and he would just spam that. I don't know why, and then people started doing it.
It's because
It's
peach
Yik Yak.
is a word for vajayjay.
Oh, damn. He's smarter than I give him credit for.
Okay, so one of the professors in the music college, his name is Mr. Schreier.
Oh,
Okay. I laugh my fucking ass off on Yik Yak because all the time somebody posts on Yik Yak. I don't know who it is. Okay? And it's extra funny if you know him because he's like, okay, his jersey name for PMA is Grimace. Like
he's a tall, very unhappy looking man.
Yeah, he's a very large, grumpy looking.
Yes. He's the human version of Grumpy Cat.
He's Grimace. It's so funny. Okay, so somebody writes on Yik Yak all the time something to do with him. Okay, they'll be like, oh yeah, that song or that piece Shire had us playing concert band, or they'll just write something about him, and then they'll write hashtag smoke weed every day. It'll just be like, God, I couldn't stand Schreier today in concert band. Hashtag smoke weed every day. It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That's good.
Or be like, Dave Schreier loves to direct. Hashtag smoke weed every day. Funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, sometimes on Yik Yak there's some funny fucking shit. Like, it's just you occasionally, like every couple of days, you run across something that is just gold.
I have
Absolute
just pissed my
gold.
pants laughing at Yik Yak.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
people, and then the other one that's always on there is like, someone so and so can get it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's somebody.
That's so
girl in the
weird.
green shirt can get it.
It's so
like she's
weird.
reading it and going, "Oh, I'm so smitten."
Yeah. Yeah. Best pickup line ever.
She can get it. Get it.
Yeah, that was the thing, and then people like a few weeks into the semester, people were like, "Okay, that's weird," and so they just stopped.
I still see it.
Really? I don't see it as
Yeah.
often.
Well, I don't check regularly.
Yeah,
The
but
Yik
it's-
Yak bus was on campus.
Ooh, and they got kicked off campus too.
They did?
Yes, they did.
By who? The campus police?
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing here? Like,
They were doing. I actually looked on there. They have Yik Yak has a YouTube channel. Talk
It
about social
does?
media deception. Yeah, and I don't know why, but I did a little bit of research. I hate to call it research, but they were on a sort of Florida tour. So they were going around to most of the major Floridian
it was just
universities.
one guy in a bus.
No, it wasn't just one guy in a bus.
I saw him. I drove by the bus. It was one guy.
No, there were 4 or 5 people, and then a guy dressed as a yak. So he had the full fucking costume. think of like a sports mascot costume, like fully fucking
But
decked
it's a
out
yak.
as a yak. And it's the exact same. Like they designed the costume after the Yik Yak logo.
They're just a bunch of yak offs.
Oh, But yeah, they were on campus, and if you had a certain like score, okay, because there's a score, and it's
Oh, you're Yakarma?
yeah, that's what people are calling it.
That's what it's
and-
called on Yik
Oh,
Yak.
really?
Yeah, if you get the more upvotes you get, the more yak karma you get.
Yeah, and if you post something, you get a certain amount. But
How do
it's-
they find you if it's all anonymous?
You're right. And so
bet
yeah, they were
you-
on campus, and they were like, if your Yak Karma was above a certain amount, they would give you like goodies and stuff. And some people with like a ridiculous number walked away with like snapbacks and T-shirts and socks and everything. So some people were like the day after the bus came,
Mhm.
I saw some people walking around just like fully decked out and stuff.
My most trending Yik Yak was at the bowl game when everyone was accusing the other team of cheating. And I said, I guess the only way to prepare your team for a bowl game is by eating a bunch of Cheetos.
I mean, it's very you. I'll give you
The other
that.
one that went pretty far was comedy show near the library, aka fundamentalists.
What so on Yik Yak you can upvote and downvote stuff. How many upvotes did you get on that?
This one says 16. I've had more than that in the
16?
past though.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
wait,
low,
wait a
honestly.
second. Where's my hottest ones?
If you go to my Yaks and hit hot, you can
But those are not. I've had some that have been like over 30, so I guess they're not
over
very
30.
low.
Wow, it's a lot. I posted one because we just had spring break, and so on the Monday of spring break, I posted one that says, "Wearing all black to mourn the first day of classes," and I got 134 upvotes on it.
The most,
A little ridiculous.
the
That's
highest,
a lot
the
of
one
people.
that's on the all-time greatest says, "Fucked this girl for an hour and 45 minutes last night.
Thanks, daylight savings. Yep.
That's funny as fuck.
Doesn't that have like 10,000 upvotes or something stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one says, "Always a disappointment when you realize you shaved for nothing."
Yeah. 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 They're it's when
This
it's
is a great one.
anonymous.
When I die, I want my group project members to lower me into my grave so they can let me down one last time. That's awesome.
But I mean, if you've ever worked in a group, you realize how fucking true it is. It's really bad, unless you have a good group. But
The drinking
When does
age
that
should
happen?
really be 18.
Yeah, it
It's
says every college student ever.
5,961 upvotes.
God damn, that's a lot. That's a wow.
Sorority girls travel in odd-numbered packs because they can't even.
Yeah, heard that joke a multitude of times.
Curves on women are nice, but
Curves
curves
on
on
exam
final
are
exams are
nicer.
better.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's very true.
I want to do on the show, if we keep doing this, I want to do the live reading of Craigslist ads. That
Craigslist or like
oh.
like misconnections ads.
No, sometimes I go on there just to like entertain myself to
Really?
see the fucking weirdos around here. Okay, people write shit. Okay, I'm looking for an apartment to live in the summer.
Yeah.
There are people on Craigslist that say apartment for a beautiful woman who wants to live with a handsome man.
Ooh, if you
yeah.
have to post on Craigslist,
Oh, it's so gross.
if you feel the need to post on Craigslist saying you're a beautiful man, you're probably not.
There's one that's like no rent for beautiful women. Like the guy is looking for sexual favors. Like
So just
it's-
live with me and be my sex slave. That's pretty much what the boils down
That's
to.
not illegal at all.
Yeah, that's real.
And they just write shit like, and it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's Craigslist. People are like, and people are way cool with it. I'm like, oh my god, this is scary. And then you get people that like post their casual encounters is what it's called on Craigslist. They're looking for people to fuck.
Oh, okay.
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 So there's like you'll see.
Oh, that's where all the hookers
if
used to
you
be,
go-
right?
If you go under the gay section, it's so funny. You open it up, and it's always these old guys, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see a picture of just someone's beehole, like just straight up,
God damn it.
head down, ass up, and it's like looking. It's always like looking for younger man to like, massage my hole.
You gonna
Or they're
take him up
always-
on it, Gordon?
No, they're always like looking for a massage or like give, and then they're like looking to fuck and this, like, and they're so specific and it's so funny. Or like there's the cross-dressing people that are on
Oh
there. They're like,
wow, I
I
can
want someone to-
imagine.
like I saw one time it was like a fucking 60-year-old man in fishnet stockings
Ooh,
and high stilettos
hot.
with like skimpy underwear on, you know, and with the like the bottom half of the Dr. Frankenfurter costume.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was like looking for someone to fuck my hole while
Oh
I'm
my
like
God.
cross-dressed, like all this shit, and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh my god.
Oh god,
So
that's so weird.
Fucking funny. Oh my god. I'm just like, and they always want like a younger man. Like,
Yeah.
you think that shit's gonna happen? Like,
You're 60.
or
You
they're
want a
like-
25-year-old, really?
Like I have Grinder, and I have like a couple other applications that are the same as Grinder, and I always get messages from these old ass men that are like, "I'm willing to be generous for you," like, and I'm always like, "Ugh,
They just want to
gross."
be your sugar daddy.
They do.
Yeah.
but they want to fuck me, and
Yeah.
it's weird and it's gross. I'm like, your wrinkly old sausage is never getting anywhere near me.
Well, when
Fuck
you put it
off.
like that, I mean,
No, I'm
yeah.
always like, or I always like say something shitty back to them. I'm like, I'm willing for you to not talk to me anymore. Or like,
Yeah.
I'm always like a complete bitch. Like I've had people like, okay, there's one where you can have like private pictures,
Oh.
okay, and you can unlock them to people of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
They won't say hi to me. They won't be like, how's your day? Or introduce themselves. They'll just unlock their private pictures. And you get a message that says private pictures unlocked. And it's always like some creepy dude. And I'm like, I don't want to see your dick. Like,
I feel so bad for girls and gay guys who get dick pics.
well,
'Cause
you want
dicks
to
are
know
one of
what?
the weirdest, ugliest
gotta
things
say,
ever. And so are buttholes too.
I understand why straight men are so like hound dogs, because when you're gay, okay, it's really easy to get laid. Okay, you just go on Grindr and you find the nearest person who you think is attractive, and their profile says if they want to fuck or not. Okay,
Yeah.
and you just like, you're hot. I think you're hot. I think you're hot. Let's fuck.
Yeah, guys are really
Okay,
straightforward like
that's
that.
that's the gay world. It's
yeah.
pretty easy if you want to. I mean, that's if you just want to get laid. Okay. Straight people, you don't have that luxury.
No.
Okay. Like, and women are so difficult.
Yes.
to-
You're telling me, man.
Okay. I mean, not that there aren't women out there that are sexual, but it's just like, if you're
fucking
just
be open
if
about
you're
it.
just
Good
trying to
lord.
fuck, there aren't a lot of women out there like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's a societal thing. I could go on a whole commentary about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
embarrassed.
That could once again
Which
be a
is
whole
bullshit
other podcast.
because you know what? Get your freak on, girl. If you wanna,
Yeah, own
if
it.
you wanna, like, personally, I think everybody should be able to have as little or as much sex as they feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Just wear a condom, be responsible.
Yeah, just be safe about it.
Blah blah
Don't
blah.
be stupid. Don't have.
Which is annoying because
Don't get
condoms are
knocked up.
fucking expensive. But
Well, I mean, you can get them for free.
yeah, but you have to like go do embarrassing shit.
Like
Story.
Okay.
So
Okay.
funny.
Preach.
There's this group, I guess like a women's health student group. I don't even know. They had like a bucket of free condoms on their table in front of the student union. In front of our student union, there's always like different groups with booths
Yeah.
set
So
up.
it's a
and
giant brick. It's a giant flat piece of brick. So it's perfect for people to like
Yeah.
set up tents. And
Every
tables.
Wednesday, it's like a shanty town in front of the student union.
Every day,
But-
not just every Wednesday. But yeah.
It's Wednesday's like the big day.
Oh.
But so there's this group, and we're walking by, and this woman's like, "Would you like free condoms?" And I was like, "Why, yes, I would love
Yeah,
some free
who's-
condoms."
what
And
guy's gonna say
I
no to
didn't
that?
just, I didn't do the like the reach my two fingers in and grab a couple. I did the handful. I was like, "Why, yes!" And I was like, "Yes, I'm set."
Yeah. Did she make you do anything for them?
No.
Oh, okay, that's
but
good.
like
That's
in
good.
most places, like you have to request them, which is embarrassing.
You have to. What do you mean request
Like,
them? Like go up and be like, "Hey, can I take a condom?"
Like every health, what do they call it?
Like health center.
Yeah. Okay. That like where you get your shots and stuff.
Yeah.
They all give out free condoms, but
Mhm.
you have to say, "Do you have free condoms?"
Yeah, I mean that's.
Which of course no one's
Yeah.
gonna do.
I mean, if it-
I've heard
hey,
that
I'd
in the
fucking-
gym they leave a bucket in the bathroom, but apparently it's always empty.
Yeah. 'cause
Like as soon
yeah.
because everyone goes there. If I'm getting them, I usually go to like Walmart if I'm buying them because I can do the self checkout and not have to deal
That's
with
true.
people. Because
Yeah.
I always feel like I go to a Walgreens. I've gone to Walgreens and stuff and bought condoms, and I'm gay, so every time I buy condoms, I have to buy lube. So it's like really awkward because they're always like,
Yeah, buying that
they're like
combination.
boop, boop, and then they're like, "Would you like your receipt?"
They can't look you in the eye because they know what
they
you're gonna
can't-
do.
And I'm always like, "No." I'm like, "Thanks," and I leave.
Well, and the best part is, it's very obvious that you're gay. I hope I'm not. I hope
I
this
know.
isn't news to you.
But, I
But
mean,
it's like every time you buy condoms, and they just know that that condom they're holding is gonna be going in someone's asshole. They don't know
Yeah,
whose
it
it is, but oh yeah,
I've been
appetizer.
with people I'm about to hook up with buying condoms, so they know where
yeah.
it's going.
If you see
Like-
two people together buying condoms, you know it's going down.
Yeah.
Especially if they're getting all touchy-feely and everything.
Oh, I don't. We're usually like, it's such an awkward thing, and it's so annoying because we should be promoting wearing condoms and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, don't you sit there and shame me while I'm about to do a good thing. I could bareback this bitch right now, but I'm not.
I'm being safe, motherfucker. Yeah.
Help! This is for help.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, like, I'm one of those people, like, I try to make sure my friends have condoms and stuff if they don't have any.
Yeah.
Just because,
You don't want to see them knocking up a girl. If
I just don't want to see them getting AIDS or
well,
anything.
that too, yeah.
Like, if you knock up a bitch, that's your fault. Like, fucking wear a condom. But I mean, so I have like the nerdiest roommate in the world. Okay,
Wow.
he's a computer engineering major,
Oh,
and he like never leaves our room. He's always playing his PS3 or PS4 now. He's on his computer. He's one of those people that does videos of him playing video games.
Okay.
Which apparently is like the most
Oh,
popular thing on the
Jesus
internet.
Christ. It's a plague. It's a
It's
plague
so
that has
funny.
taken over the internet. The most subscribed person on YouTube right now, PewDiePie. Probably heard of him.
Yeah, my roommate talks about him all the fucking time.
37 million subscribers. 37.
I don't get
million.
the appeal. Like, why would I want to watch someone else play the game?
It's see, I do this. I watch one video game channel. I don't watch it for the video games. I could care fucking
You watch
less.
it to find out how to do shit.
No, I don't play video games. I don't have any interest in video games. I watch it because they're fucking funny. It's
Oh.
a company that makes they started Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter, if any of them knows it.
Rooster Teeth?
Yeah.
Is that like an Asian company?
No, they're actually based in Austin, Texas.
I'm sorry, I went way
God damn
racist
it.
there.
But it's the channel that I watch. It's 6 guys, and they play different video games and different combinations of guys, and they're so fucking funny. I don't even watch the video. I listen to it like a podcast, and I just listen to them rant for half an hour a day
I
about
remember
fucking
our
video
tangent
games.
that we never finished talking about earlier.
Oh, today? Okay, I thought you were talking
Okay,
about a previous
Continue.
podcast. No, I was pretty much done. What are you gonna say?
Because we were talking about the Grandma's Virginity podcast like,
Okay.
way earlier. I can't believe I remember that.
Wow.
I was saying because we are doing this now again after such a long time. That's how I feel about GVP. It's just they just stopped doing episodes.
Did they?
Yeah, and they have like a cult following of
Huh.
people, and now they're just not doing anything because Justin got a show. He's doing what's that? The show. It's The Kid and the Snake. It's a cartoon. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's a little boy and his friend who is a snake.
I don't. Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know that
it's
show.
on Cartoon Network.
Oh.
Justin is the voice of it and the creator, so now he's busy.
Oh.
I mean, they were busy before.
Yeah, but
'Cause
that
they're
probably takes
involved
up
in
all
all-
of his time.
There are all 3 of the cast were animators and they do all that stuff.
Oof,
But now
wow.
they're busy, and I love them. I miss them. If I wrote into their show once and they read my email, I was like, oh, starstruck. They're my friends on Facebook, and I'm just
Oh, really?
like, yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, they're pretty. It's pretty neat. Like, do you watch? Have you ever watched the Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Okay, you know Lemonhead.
Yes.
That's Justin's voice.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
yeah.
That's a pretty solid gig to be on.
yeah. And they were like Jackie Buscarino is the girl that's on the show. By the way, we need a vagina on this show. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get Kim to do this show. We
Yeah.
need a girl.
All right, cool.
But it's been a sausage fest so far.
Oh yeah.
But so Kim will be on the show. I promise. I'll get her.
Eventually, yeah.
I almost dragged her here today, but
Oh really?
yeah, 'cause she'd be down for this.
All right.
But so like Jackie was involved with like SpongeBob, and she was involved with Adventure Time, or not Adventure Time, Adventures of Flapjack.
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever.
Oh, that show.
They've all
that
been
show was
on.
awful.
Oh no, I liked it. And they had like they were friends with all these people. So like the guy who was the creator of Community,
Oh,
that TV
okay.
show, he was on this show.
That's cool.
And they had the
Vo-
guy who was the inspiration for one of the characters, the Arab one. Like he was on the show.
Yeah, that's funny. That's cool too, because apparently voiceover as an industry is impossible to break into. I don't know why,
Do you know
but
how awesome that job would be, though?
oh god, yeah.
Voice
You
acting.
just get to make funny voices into a mic
Holy
all day.
Shit,
That's
I
awesome.
could do that in a heartbeat.
I think most people would
With
want
my
to.
voice, I can do the Gollum voice. I can do
Well, everyone thinks
fucking-
they can do a Gollum voice.
it real.
I've heard you do it, Gordon.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
I can do it for fucking real.
Please don't.
No, seriously. I've had so many people be like, "Oh my god, that was so good." I can do it.
Apparently, there's a boss from like Donkey Kong or something that I can almost perfectly imitate. He says two words at the beginning of the final fight.
Finish him.
No, it's get out, and he has this really low, gravelly voice.
Get out.
Yeah, it's like get out, and apparently
Yeah.
that's like exactly his voice. And people are like, "Oh my god!" Like, okay, I don't know, but yeah.
But, yeah.
This was good. This is good to do again.
Yeah, I was.
We should.
I hope we didn't bore the shit out of our audience.
Yeah, it's been a long
we
time.
weren't as entertaining, I think, because I like I said, I listened to that last episode. I couldn't believe the shit that I said.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, no wonder we got people following us. I'm fucking saying everything in here. I don't give a shit.
What's a filter? Just say everything that comes to
Exactly.
your mind. Yeah.
But I think this episode was kind of like a catch up.
It was good to do.
And
I
then we'll
mean,
get. I
think it was entertaining.
I'll have my topics list
Oh yeah.
like for next time,
Yeah.
if whenever the fuck we decide to do this again.
Yeah.
And then
It'll
really-
be soon. This was nice. I like
Yeah.
doing this.
I have so much still to talk about. Oh, I got a job too. Did I tell you about that?
No, where do you work?
I work at a place called Busby Antiques.
I could totally see you working in an antique store. I can totally see it.
It's nice because it's antiques, but it's not an antique store in the conventional sense. Like you can't come in and buy shit from us. We're all like online.
Oh, okay. So you just move stuff around, pretty much.
We sell all our stuff on eBay.
Oh.
So like we mostly do China, like fine China.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like these highfalutin people that own these fancy China sets, if they break a plate, they buy the
just come
replacement
right to
from
you.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the people that lead the biggest company, they're called replacements. We do like half their price.
Oh.
So we like undercut them.
Yeah.
And that's what I do all day. And I fucking love my job. I don't have to deal with customers and
So what do you do all day? Do you just like package
Like,
things up and put them in the mail?
find out how much it's worth.
Oh.
And then I take pictures of it and write the listing.
Oh, that's
And
that's
then
great.
Put it in the warehouse.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not my
great.
job to do shipping, so it's pretty nice. And I'm glad I got the job because as a music major, I have like crazy hours.
Yeah.
So I can work whenever I want. You just go in and you clock in when you want to work, and you clock out when you're done.
Can you work 24/7?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
You get a key to the building, you just
That's
go whenever
great.
the fuck I want.
That's awesome.
And I got my friend Kim a job there too.
Yeah.
Who you're gonna meet. You all the listeners will meet.
Yeah.
You'll like Kim. She's so funny.
Yeah. I think if it's the Kim I'm thinking of, I've had a couple conversations with her, and she's
Clarinet. She plays the clarinet.
very. Yeah. Yeah.
She's blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
That's my best friend. She's my ride or die bitch. Also a music major.
Yeah. Music ed.
Yeah, music ed.
Yeah.
That's where the cool people are at.
Arguable.
We've got some good stories.
Arguable?
No. We've got some cool stories of, like we went to FMEA,
Okay.
which FMEA is Florida Music Educators Association, and it's their conference. And I don't know if all our people that are listening are in Florida, but it's where all state is held for the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how most associations do it.
I mean, FMEA is
Florida Music Educators
Nation-
Association.
well,
It's
name
run
is
by-
nationwide.
Right. It's
So-
run by the National Band
So
Association.
it's a different name in every state, but it's the same.
Right, and I
organization.
think everyone in every state has their all-state at their music educators.
It's kind of like
association.
FMEA is the Florida, like the local government level, and then like name is the federal government
Yeah,
type of deal.
exactly.
As far as the
Exactly.
organization is
Yeah.
concerned. So we go to this conference. So it's a professional development conference while Allstate is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they run it. And there's this organization with it that is associated with FMEA called CNAFME, which is Collegiate Florida Music Educators Association. It's supposed to be like, networking and all that
Oh, okay.
between collegiates. And basically, it's just a bunch of bullshit
Yeah.
right now. And I stood up for justice while I was there because, like, we're supposed to be doing all sorts of work, and we're not.
Yeah.
And
We, as in
the organization as a
Oh,
whole,
okay.
and especially the chapter at UCF, and they've been working on fixing that.
Mhm.
And it's just because it was so disorganized for a long time, and now it's kind of getting back in order. But I have a story. Kim and I have a story. I'll wait for her to be here
Okay.
to tell it. But basically, I stood up in front of a room full of people, and I stood up for what was right. And
It's so unbelievably
and
you.
when I sat down, the whole room fucking applauded me, and it was great. So that I'll save that story.
Yeah.
Just remind me to tell
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
because it's so good.
Cool.
And we've had a long podcast.
Yeah,
I figured
I think it's been almost 2 hours. Not our longest one, but still, it's pretty long. I think we're at like 106 minutes.
And
so
I'll
145.
make sure to bring the comedy back for the next one.
Nah, we brought it. We brought it
We
today.
can talk. Well, when we read Craigslist,
Oh yeah, reading Craigslist, and we can read a little bit of.
we can
Yik Yak,
talk
too.
about all of our sexual endeavors.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Being in college, have you gotten laid at all yet?
I prefer not to answer.
I want to know details later. Details later. I want to know.
Well,
I mean, because
because
last time,
Oh,
last
yeah?
time we did it, you were off the market. Last time we did a podcast, yeah, you were dating like that drum major girl or whatever. She's irrelevant now.
Oh
Yeah, you didn't even fuck her, did you?
yeah.
Oh, bummer.
No. A little bit.
But
Yeah. So.
single again. Me
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Recently.
yeah?
I mean, I was dating somebody for 6 months, and that didn't work out.
Oh well. Did you break it off? You or him?
I broke it off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit better. Still not great, but.
I mean, I just don't like dating boys. I like men.
Oh, okay.
I just was done
Yeah.
with the bullshit.
Yeah, I get it.
It was
I
great.
get it.
It was great. So many a good breakup story, I think,
Yeah.
because it was kind of actiony.
Ooh.
And of course, I always end up on top because that's the only way I'll let it be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'd hate to date you. Good lord.
I mean, like
I can't stand people.
I
like
came
that.
from the position where I was like, I'm okay with being friends and I don't have hard feelings and all this. I just don't think that I want to spend the rest of my life with you,
Yeah.
And he did not react like an adult.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
I'm the type of person where I'm going to be, if you're good to me, I'm always going to be good to you.
Yeah.
But don't fuck with me
Right.
because I will fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how it went.
Yeah.
So,
Well, on that
We should-
super light and happy note,
yeah.
I think it is time to end this one.
Okay.
This
Banned.
will to sort of give a little date to this. We are recording this Friday night, March 20th. So hopefully,
Ostara. I should be praying. It's spring equinox.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's good to know.
It's
So
the first
hopefully
day
this
of
will be up.
spring.
This will be up this weekend. So the 21st, 22nd, somewhere.
It's the first day of spring.
Yep.
The weather is warm
Hot as balls.
here in Orlando. Sunny Orlando, Florida.
Yeah,
It was cold for a little while. It was really nice. And
Then it got back to Florida again, hot and humid.
Humid as fuck this
yeah,
morning.
it's real bad.
So foggy.
I really was it foggy?
Yeah.
I didn't
'Cause
go to
I woke
music
up-
theory this morning. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was up at like 7 o'clock outside and
Oh God.
it was really foggy.
Yeah. All right. So we will, our viewers, we will.
Our viewers. Are we going to do another video? I think we should do like a video announcement to be like, we're back. Yeah, da da da.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll put another one of those out. We'll do
Okay.
that tonight.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I took a shower so I would look nice because I wasn't sure if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, we'll do it. Sure. All right. So we will see you guys.
Okay.
All right.